a big old bee on him. Let's see if I zoom in. Check that out. I am going to have seeds galore. Awesomeness. Alright guys, we did some work on the swing set garden. We took down the fencing, and the tires that didn't have anything growing in it, we took them out. We're letting the chickens and the ducks root around and everything right now. And what we're going to do is come this fall, we're going to turn this whole entire area into the flock area. It's way bigger. It'll be easier to maintain, and we could turn this area into the garden area, so that way everything's located in one area instead of it garden, flock, and then another garden. It's just it'll flow better for us. And my sunflowers are doing awesome. Love it. Especially this guy up here. Oh, he's so big. Oh, look, he's got a big old bee on him. Let's see if I zoom in. Check that out. I am going to have seeds galore. Awesomeness. So, and here's the other ones. Now these are also mammoth, and if you look closely, you can actually see the sunflower seeds starting to form. So very cool. And then this one over here, go back and focus. There we go. And then these guys over here have heads. And then the only one we left the fencing around is this particular tire. This has the butterfly pea flowers. These are the blue flowers that you can take and put into water. It'll turn the water blue, and then you can then use it to cook your rice in it. Your rice will turn blue. I think other little things too. You can also use it for teas, and also I believe if you put lemon, a little bit of lemon in it, it will actually turn it to purple. So definitely something we're growing just to see if we can get it done and try it out. I thought it'd be cool. And then this guy here has got a flower on him. And then my tomato plant doing great, growing as usual. I cleaned it up. I got all the dead stuff done. And then over here we put up a temporary tent because it is kind of hot, and Donald is back to work on the brooder that the outdoor brooder that we're making. And as always, we got the flock out today enjoying the grass and everything. So we're hoping that with this bigger area, the grass will actually stay. It won't flood. If it does, that we have the septic mound here. We're going to put where the swing set garden's at. We're going to put their excuse me, put their houses on, so that way if we do happen to flood or get heavy rains or even a hurricane, they'll be up higher and more away from the water, because the water actually gathers down here, not up here. And where the old pen is, that floods all the time. So it's one of those where it'll just be better for everybody all together, and it'll flow a lot easier too. Oh, got a butterfly flying around. But yep, that's it so far. All right guys, here is our sad little corn patch. Neighbors are out firing they got a firing range over a couple acres back from us. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take out the corn patch and all these weeds. That way I can have access to all of the green beans. They're doing great. I actually, look here y'all, I'm already harvesting beans. Look at this. Ain't that awesome? And I got flowers everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and just take out the corn. So that way I don't have to worry about trampling on crap, trying to reach in and harvest everything. So here goes nothing. Alright guys, here's the aftermath. All our corn is out, weeds are out, and I am going through and making sure all the vines don't get wrapped around my tree. I just got to fix that one right up there. And then next, I'm going to be pulling some more stuff out. Not plants, mainly weeds and the cucumbers, and I'll explain that later. Alright guys, so here's what I did with the 8-ball zucchini. I kind of cleaned up the dead limbs or dead leaves and pulled out a few of the zucchini that had kind of like rotten on the vine. I'm thinking it's from the last of the boring worms, just to kind of give this a little bit more support. And I got some beautiful zucchini coming in again, so we'll be able to harvest soon. There's some there, and there's some right there, as long as we keep the boring worms under. Now my next project is the tomatoes. My string issue, or my string theory, kind of worked until the plants got too big. And what's happening is this particular plant has got huge tomatoes, so it has pulled all the string and the weight this way, and everybody's falling this way. So now that we freed up some of the fencing from the swing set garden, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the string down. There's little supports, which are these round ones that you can stick in right here. And I'm going to stick these actually in the tires for some of the plants to give them support. And then some of the bigger and taller ones, I'm going to go ahead and put some wire around them, fencing, to give them extra support since they're going to be producing big tomatoes. I got to still harvest the green beans. I haven't done that one yet. And then I cleaned up the cucumbers. It was like fighting a battle. As soon as we killed off the boring worms, the plant started growing. They came back. So we had one of our YouTubers, our viewers, tell us that they actually made a drape, like a cloth drape for them at night. So I think next year when we go to plant again, we will go ahead and maybe try that method and try it in a more isolated area where it'll be easy for us to take on and off as I'm coming and going in the morning for the ducks and the chickens and everybody. And Donald's still working on our outside brooder. He's getting that done. So I'm hoping to be done by 3 o'clock because the sun is just beating the crap out of us today and I'm sweating like you wouldn't believe. So, all right, on to the tomatoes. All right, guys, my tomato plant idea isn't quite working out. The plants are just way too big and way too heavy for these skinny little plant holders. So what we're going to do, I even grouped a couple of them together thinking it would give them strength. I got 4 of them in here and this plant's still leaning. So Donald is going to go ahead and get the some fencing, and we're going to go with plan B because I thought plan A would work, but I guess not. It works fine for these littler ones that aren't so heavy with tomatoes on them, but as you can tell, I just need to harvest a little bit, but we need to prop them up. This guy's practically on the ground and I don't want them to break. So here we go. All right, guys, got Donald's help, And we got the short green fencing around the whole thing here. So that way the tomato plants will have some support. I might have to do something a little bit later on as they get bigger, but there we go. Reuse and recycle. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and grow something for your family.